Today on the show, we got our very first YouTube fact check. We're very excited about it after all these years.
What is the optimal time to go to sleep each night? The answer might surprise you.
And I found some of the craziest clips from around the internet. We're gonna watch them together and laugh.
All this and more on episode 31 of the Blimey Cow podcast.
I don't follow many Twitter accounts, Josh, but I follow one that is called Crazy Clips.
Welcome everyone to the Blimey Cow podcast. Every Friday, we try to make the world a little less messy. My name is Josh.
And I am Jordan. Comment below with your answer to this week's question. Would you rather never get to celebrate Christmas or Thanksgiving ever again?
Whether you are new to the channel, have stuck with us throughout the years, or maybe you've come back recently and remembered how much you enjoyed our videos, now is a great time to support us at supportblimeycow.com because it helps make the show possible, and we have so many awesome things coming in 2024 for our supporter community. You don't want to miss it. Thank you to Shantae for becoming a supporter this week. If you want a shout out like Shantae got, go to supportblimeycow.com and become a supporter.
And speaking of not missing things, check out the Clips channel. Everything you love about the podcast without the time commitment. We just crossed 700 subscribers and we're so happy. YouTube.com/@BlimeyCowClips.
Once we hit 1,000, we can monetize the channel.
Oh yes, that's right.
Almost there. Come on, guys, help us get there. Then we'll make dozens
of dollars.
Dozens of dollars. Jordan, we have a very interesting top story today. So a week or two ago on the Clips channel, we released a video called Shopping During, and I don't even want to say it now.
Did you not even put a little star for the eye?
We'll just put maybe some little text on the screen here to say the word we're thinking of, but it has to do with a global event that happened a few years ago.
And all the videos that we made, we finally, after years,
we made so many videos about COVID.
So strange.
Anyways, we got one of those fact checks that says learn the facts about COVID.
Did you learn the facts about them?
I didn't click it.
Oh. How many people do you think click those?
0 of them.
Yeah, it's just a mind manipulation.
Yeah, and it's weird that they're still doing it for.
Why?
Like, are they still worried about?
I don't know.
The misinformation after all these years? Remember when YouTube was like, it was weird there for a while. It made me sick to my stomach.
It really did, Josh.
All I could do is hope, man, I hope that this all comes around one day. And it did.
And it has.
It actively is. I still feel
it's an encouraging time. And we'll see, Josh, what 2024 has to offer, because, they're going to really ramp it up after Christmas.
I'm not very optimistic about next year.
No. It's going to be probably the worst year ever.
But my optimism comes from the fact that I literally can't see a good way that next year goes. So in my head, things have to get better because I literally can't see a pathway that it could. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like you got your back to the wall at the end of the movie, and you're like, how is he possibly going to
How is he going to get out of this? Yeah. Like with COVID, it was like, what are we doing? And you were like, we could just go back to normal. That's how it felt.
Yeah.
But now, just in general in life, it feels like I don't see you. I don't know how are we gonna, it's over, So it's gonna actually have to get better.
Yeah, that's what we can only hope to God that it does. So let's see if it does.
Okay.
Last week's question was, would you rather be extremely ill for a week or catch a cold every month? And I really try and do a good job, because I normally come up with the questions now. I try and do a really good job at splitting these down the middle 50-50. I know that's when I come up with a good question. And this question did not get a 50-50 result on the
I haven't even looked, so I'm about to find this out for the first time.
What do you think it's going to be?
I think most 50-50. People said they would rather get a cold.
All right, let's see what they said. The exact opposite. People would rather get deathly ill for
88%.
That's just, I thought that was just insanity. But I guess it's like, well,
you gotta think about how you feel after 2 days of being extremely ill. Like, you're ready to end it all.
Think about a week per year. Yeah, I know. I think the reality of this, like in my heart, I think extremely ill, but I just got the flu.
Yeah.
And after 2 days, you're like, this has got to end. This can't be sustained.
I thought I was in the minority when I decided my answer was going to be catch a cold. I didn't realize it was going to be this lopsided.
Yeah, this is
no
pretty
way,
incredible.
no chance. I would rather get a sick that I know and trust, that I know I can beat in 24 to 48 hours, that really isn't that bad, rather than all year anticipating I am going to be done in 4 weeks from now, in 3 weeks from now, oh, here it comes. Because seriously, when you are so sick you can't sleep.
Yeah, that's when it's like your mind starts to, you start to think about everything in a different way and how is it worth it anymore?
When you have a cold, it's like, all right, I'm going to go lay down. I'm going to go rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get a little rest once a month.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, it's not super pleasant, but
No.
wow. That is very surprising.
I was surprised.
Most surprising one. All right, Jordan. Honestly,
come
still
up
a great
with?
question, even though it wasn't 50-50. What you got for us this week?
Yeah, this week, would you rather never get to celebrate Christmas ever again or never get to celebrate Thanksgiving ever again?
Wow. One is persecution and one is so ungrateful.
Yeah, so you choose. Which holiday do you enjoy the most?
That's a good question. Comment below. Let us know the answer. Okay. Christian meme review. Jordan, I always bring just one meme to the table. Jordan has been bringing three. Let's see what we got.
See, I keep not finding videos. I only find pictures, and I just think I need to find video.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's look at yours first today.
All right, sure. Why not?
Jordan's pictures. If you can do all this with the potato, think of all God can do with you. And Jordan, you know I love this.
You've got twice bakes, you got mashed potatoes, you got gnocchi, you've got French fries, tater tots, mash. I don't even know what hash browns. It's so true.
I love potatoes, and I love this meme, and I agree with it. I agree with the meme.
This isn't a Christian meme, but it's the state of the world as we live it in now.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I thought that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Clever.
Looks like a...
That is how God made the world.
He said, oh, what if I made this illusion happen?
Yeah, exactly.
I've totally read the Bible. Oh, yeah, name 4 books. John. That's on me. I said the part too low. Yeah, that's a good one.
That was clever. I thought I found 3 great pictures.
Classics.
Okay, did you find a video?
You know what? I honestly forget what I found. Let's all discover it together.
Oh, good. It's a video.
Sunday, heading to church on Sunday. Everybody's looking forward to the service.
What year was this? This was clearly 2005.
The original or this one? No,
sorry. I didn't mean 2005. I meant this looks like 2011 is what this looks like. 2011, 2012. I don't know when. I think Friday came out in 2010
or 2011 or something. 2012. I don't remember.
They're wearing clothes from 2011.
Oh, okay.
These
Well, that
are.
that does not. I mean, yeah, that's true. I guess this would have been made back when that was popular, so it would have been.
They're wearing clothes like they do in Teen Mom on MTV. So that's how, and that show was in about 2009.
2011 was Friday. Has it been 13 years?
It really has been.
Lord help us all. Message time.
Hey, Josh and Jordan. As a guy about to get married, I've been thinking a lot about losing some weight and being more fit. Josh, I know you've done a lot to lose weight, which I really admire, and it would be very helpful to know what you did to lose that weight. Also, Jordan, what do you do on a regular basis for workouts? Sorry, this isn't kissing your cousin exciting. Thanks. Unfit man about to be married.
What do you do to stay in shape, buddy boy?
I don't do that much. I mean, relatively. I do cumulatively a lot of work over time, but I'm not working out to where I'm like, it's leg day and I can't freaking walk straight. Right. Okay. Like, to me, that's just stupid. Mm-hmm. That's an unpopular opinion though. Yeah. I follow a lot of these accounts and stuff like just to see what is popular right now. I just do a little bit every day so that I'm not sore, but that I could
Yeah.
If the world's gonna end the next day, I can be ready. I can do something. Not like working out so hard that I can't be ready for my family if something happens.
2024 is right around the corner.
Exactly.
You
I
gotta
might
be
have
ready.
to go fight somebody and be drafted, so I gotta be ready.
Jordan is convinced he's going to be drafted. I don't know what war he's preparing
Oh,
for.
it's coming. It's been 80 years since World War II. 80 years before that was
true.
the Civil War.
That's
80 years
true.
before that was the Revolutionary War. So we're right on track.
Oh,
for
we
a
are
war.
right on. Well, is it the Ukrainian war? Is it
No, we're fighting
Israeli?
Russia. No, we're going. We're.
Is it another one coming up? China?
No, we're going to fight Russia. I'm calling it right here. We're going to start a war with Russia in
We're
2024.
circling back to Russia?
We're going back to Russia. 2024. There's going to
Okay.
be a war.
All right.
With them.
Is China involved?
They're always involved. Behind the scenes, I don't know. Are they overtly involved this time? Probably not.
Look
They're
at the
geniuses.
weapons made in China.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, they did it.
But what I do to work out, I just on Monday I do pull-ups and I do squats and this is all body weight.
And how many pull-ups and squats do you do?
How many do I like? I do 3 sets of pull-ups and I do like 14 or 15 the first set, then 12 and then 10.
So okay.
And that's all that I do for that. And you know, I have these rings set up in my house, like these gymnastics rings, and I just have random bars around that I just hang on constantly.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting at the computer, I'll get up and I'll swing around on it and like do
Yeah.
some shoulder mobility stuff. So that's not technically all that I do, but I'm always kind of like just playing, sitting on the floor, kind of just maneuvering my body in weird ways. And then on Tuesday, I would do leg raises for your core, and I would do push-ups. Again, just 3 sets of everything, and then and you're progressing, so you're not doing the hardest of the hard. You're doing it at a level that you can do. So
Yeah.
like knee raises, or just being on the floor and lifting your legs up, whatever.
So
and then you can.
are you slowly working your way up so that in
Yeah.
like 2 months you're doing more than you were doing? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
you're building up. You're not like maintaining.
Yeah, I'm constant, but to be honest, right now I'm kind of at the level where to build more would take so much time.
Right.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of at that level now where it's like, well, I mean, I'm happy with what I can do.
Right.
To be quite honest with
you don't want to dread having to
Yes,
exercise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I kind of just maintain what I can do.
Yeah.
And then on Wednesdays, I would do handstands and bridges, which is kind of like a gymnastics movement where you kind of are, you know what like 13-year-old girls do, where they're like lay on their back and they like arch their, and when they're in like gymnastics class.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Okay.
And then you just reset everything on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and take some day off. And then I run every morning. In the cold.
You run?
I'll go a mile.
Oh, okay.
Or I'll go half a mile walk and then a half a mile run back. And so I don't do I don't do too much, other than a lot of my life is physical manual labor too, so that helps.
Right.
If I do less physical manual labor on a daily basis, I will up the amount of stuff that I do. I'm just constantly gauging it. If I'm doing a lot of manual labor, I will actually completely skip things that because I don't want to overdo it. Because again, I want to be ready the next day to be able to function in society.
In case of a draft.
In case of the draft. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a really long-winded way to explain that.
No, that was helpful to me too to understand, because
You don't have to OD is what I'm saying. You don't have to overdose on this stuff. Like just do an amount that is sustainable for the rest of your life.
I really meant to start exercising,
Oh right, yeah.
lifting or doing body weight stuff. What is it called when you do body weight stuff?
They call it calisthenics.
Calisthenics.
It's a strange word.
Isn't there another word like plyo something?
Plyometrics. That's
Okay.
like kind of like the jazzercise kind of stuff. I think back in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
It's always kind of what I think of. I could be completely wrong. Calisthenics is the new hot term.
Okay.
But that's been around forever.
Whatever. Anyway, so one of my goals for 2023 was to be able to, I don't know, lift 140, 150, 160 pounds. Bench, yeah. And I never got around to doing that.
Yeah. Josh has got a whole like actual machine and stuff that he's got outside in the garage. Super nice.
Yeah. So finally got the garage all cleaned and everything, and then I haven't gotten to use it yet. But so, anyways, but now I've lost a ton of weight, so I kind of just look super scrawny. So
You've kept the weight off for a long time.
Yeah.
A very long time now.
Yeah.
I don't even know how long it's been.
a couple of years now, almost.
Isn't that crazy?
But I'm honestly wondering, like, what is it gonna look? Because I've never tried to gain muscle when I have been this slim. So I'm curious how quick I'll see gains.
Well, like I've told you before, there's those different body types.
That's what I was thinking about.
You've got the body type of a person who can gain weight quicker.
Yes.
But that also means that you can gain muscle ridiculously fast. So I can't gain weight very quick, but I can gain muscle slower.
Oh, okay.
So there's a give and take with everything.
Yeah.
So I've had to manipulate it by doing stuff slowly over time instead of just overdoing it, hurting myself and being back to square one. I've been like, I'm just going to do what I can manage in a day so I can do the exact same thing the next day if I want.
That's what I want to do.
That's how to do it.
That's what I want to do.
I've always kind of thought that, but that is starting to become more in the topic of conversation now within the community of exercising. That's like more of an acceptable thing. It's not just like kill yourself every day.
Well, a lot of people are talking about the whole like zone 2 heart
that's
rate
very
stuff,
popular now too.
You know, and I have found that to be true.
Yeah, because you're able to do some nut stuff now.
Right. I don't run very often, but I can still every 6 months when the half marathon comes through town, I still go out and run a half marathon, even though I don't really run very often. I mostly just walk on the treadmill at an incline, getting my heart rate into that zone 2 for extended periods of time while I work. So that's Jordan's exercise. That's my exercise is just walking. I do a ton of walking, and you'll find a lot of videos on YouTube saying like the number one exercise to do for losing weight is just walking.
Just moving your body.
Moving your body,
starting to prioritize that, you know?
Yeah. And then for me personally, and maybe for you, person who wrote in to the show, it was also beneficial to me to just track everything I ate so that I understood how much I was eating and how much I needed to eat. And
you needed to give some context for the amount of food that was required for a day.
Yeah, exactly. And to understand how much less I actually need. You know what I mean? Like how much of eating is just because it's enjoyable. Yeah. If you can go through the mental fortitude to convince yourself to intermittent fast, I'm not even talking about not eating for an entire day, just intermittent fast. I mean,
just say 18 hours that you're not eating, and then
16 hours,
and just so you can see that you literally can go.
Yeah,
you're not gonna die.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing for people to go through.
Even just telling yourself, okay, after 5 p.m. I'm not gonna eat.
Yeah. You'll be amazed at how much of a mental strain that is, and it's kind of embarrassing.
It'll kill you for 2 days, maybe 3, and on the 4th day, you're gonna be so proud of yourself,
a new relationship.
So happy, and then you'll eat again at the end of the night, and you'll go right back to normal. But at least you'll know that you could do it. But no, I think that the most important things, if you don't, like it was very beneficial to me to track calories and that kind of thing at the start. And I think it's become more healthy to actually like make sure I'm eating better foods, because if you're eating better foods, you just eat until you're full, and you're usually fine. But the things that have actually been the most beneficial, intermittent fasting,
to get that relationship changed.
Yeah, intermittent fasting to get that relationship with food changed, and then stay away from sugar, stay away from breads. If you do those,
move your body.
If you
and don't eat and don't drink Coke, soda, pop, whatever.
Right? Yeah, water. Yeah.
If you just take that out.
Intermittent fasting, no sugar, no bread, drink just water.
You have to lose weight.
You have it's impossible not to. You don't even have to track anything. But if that sounds like too much and you want to just do what I did at the beginning and just say, okay, I've tried all these extreme things and they've worked for a time, but my brain wants to reset. Now I just want to understand food and how much I eat. Oh, wow, I eat a ton of food because I'm actually tracking it and I understand. And it is sad and frustrating at the beginning to understand those things, but it's also very empowering.
And you don't even need a gym membership. I know the culture on YouTube and Instagram is like people videoing themselves, and it is inspiring to watch people who can lift a lot of weight and stuff like that. But I personally don't like going to the gym.
Yeah.
I like that I like to do workouts if I was in a prison cell What can you do to stay
When you're a prisoner
ridiculous?
of war after being drafted.
Exactly. What can I do to stay mentally and physically strong alone? And I don't have access and I'm not paying for a gym. And you can do it. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So I would suggest checking, and I guess I'll put this in my recommended. I've already done this before, but we're not there yet. But I would recommend a book called Convict Conditioning. It's by Paul Wade or something. The book is kind of funny. Like it's not a, I don't know if it's real, if this guy was really a prisoner and wrote this book, but it's like, this is how they marketed it. And it helped me a lot. It's what I follow. And it's got a bunch of different workout plans, different ways to progress through pull-ups, push-ups, handstands, one-arm pull-ups. It's kind of nuts. And that's what I follow. So check that book out, Convict Conditioning.
Cool. Yeah, I need to read through that book too. Okay. Oh, Jordan.
I found the craziest clips. Let's get to them.
All right, Jordan, set this up for us.
Yeah, so I don't go on Twitter or X much. I used to not. Now that a couple of things have happened, Josh, I found a thing called Crazy Clips. Just popped up, Elon Musk knew I needed this. He gifted me an account called Crazy Clips, and I have been obsessed with it. There's also one called Morbid something or other, where it just gives you a morbid thing that happened every single day. Okay. And it just puts your life in perspective, because you always need to have the end in mind. Crazy Clips puts the end in mind, and Morbid Clips, or whatever it's called, puts the end in mind. So I curated some, and we're gonna watch some of them.
All right, I have no context for this. Let's see what Jordan has curated.
An incredible moment. How did he survive it?
Dude, for a second, he's like floating. He's legitimately floating.
It's a crazy clip. Every single clip is crazy. There's no clickbait. It's an amazing account. Let's watch the next one.
Wow.
Paramedic steals cash from a patient, then looks up to see a camera. This jerk's about to pocket this.
Look at that clown.
Looking around. Oh, sees the camera.
Oh, hold on.
Puts it back
I
away.
was just cleaning it. I was just cleaning it.
Let me go and dismantle this camera real quick. Check it out. Is this camera on?
I like how he moves the money from here to here to here. Like, I think it needs to go here.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just doing some cleaning, paramedic-y stuff. That's so funny. What a clown.
This is a truly crazy clip. Where do they end up? Where are they going? How are they not landing on it? I don't get it. I do not get it. I've watched this 20 times.
It must be a very deep hole.
Yeah, but they're landing on top of each other. They're hitting their heads. They have to be. It blows my mind every time.
They're
I
just
watch
like
that.
swimming in, just going.
Yeah, but you don't see them move their arms. Where are they going?
Dude, I don't know.
Where are they going? How are they not drowning?
I think that last guy might have actually hit somebody. Here's the next one.
Oh, this is just a moment in time. This is when you've committed to your profession. You've committed to it all.
Whoa, look at that!
She comes back to the play. She's back. She's there. An amazing moment.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, dude, I hate motorcyclists.
This is just ridiculous.
Well, I shouldn't say what I want to say.
This is just nuts, dude. This isn't even...
Oh, dude, I hate it. Clip boy's crazy.
It's a crazy clip. All right, I think I got one more.
昨日の人やつさ、実際こっちの方がいいと思うんだけど、それとこっちで、こっちはぶっちゃけ無難っちゃ無難なんだよね。
He's gonna walk away. It's gonna be so funny.
あ、もしもしお世話になってます。はい、あ、お疲れです。はい。
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. He has no idea.
Crazy clips.
Oh, that is good.
Every week, I'm going to curate more. I'm going to go back like a month, and there were some that just completely blew my mind. So be ready for those next week. These were good, but he has even better.
Whew, that was cool. Conspiracy theory time. Jordan, I don't want to talk about Taylor Swift every week on this show, and that's kind of the point of what we're going to talk about today.
Okay.
let this be the last time we talk about her. Okay?
She is the person of the year.
She's the person of the year. I'm so proud of her.
I'm so proud. So what is she up to now?
Well, it's not what she's up to. It's what Harvard and UC Berkeley are up to, Jordan. Taylor Swift college courses offered at Harvard, UC Berkeley, and more this coming spring.
What does that mean?
After making her way onto several college syllabi in recent years, Harvard University has become one of the latest institutions to offer a course on the 12-time Grammy Award winner, with the English department's Taylor Swift and Her World making its debut from Professor Stephanie Elbert.
What does that mean?
According to the Harvard Crimson, the syllabus will include, quote, deep dives into Swift's lyrics, music, and influence, dissecting her catalog and reading a host of authors Bert finds relevant to understand Swift's artistry. This is the best part, though. This is what the professor said. Taylor Swift is a good way to think about what it's like to have a lot of eyes on you and to wonder what you do with your privilege, she added. To look around and ask, I'm pretty ambitious, and I got to this place where when I was pretty young. What do I do next? What do I do with all this attention? I think that's very Harvard.
Oh my god.
You know exactly how this
so dumb
woman talks. I had the most fun dreaming up the unit on personas, perceptions, and personalities. This is another professor, I guess. There's so much to unpack in terms of the relationship between Taylor as an individual and an image in the media and how she constantly reinvents her music and style. Now, Jordan, first off, what do you think about that?
Well, you think, you've got classes on Milton, you've got classes on Shakespeare. Now we've got a class on Taylor Swift. Look, I'm not even necessarily opposed to that, but it's too soon. You know what I'm
It
saying?
needs to be like a free elective it's like one off little class, not like a course.
She's done some things, okay? She's made some #1 albums in this world. That's fine. Great. But, there's not much to dissect with Taylor Swift things. It's all the same.
Right.
You're dissecting her life, which is just like modern art, which just pees me off so much that it's about the person more than it's about what they're actually creating.
Right. It's always that is why this is annoying too, because it's always meta. It's like it's never just about the art. It's about what are we taking from the art?
Yeah. I despise it, and actually it's going to come back to something I'm going to talk about at the end of the episode. And it gave me hope. I gave myself hope.
You gave yourself hope? I always like when you give yourself hope. It gives me hope for you.
What do you think?
I mean, this was completely stupid. But it makes me... I pulled this before she got picked as person of the year and all this stuff. And every time I go to the freaking grocery store, the magazines and stuff, she's just all over the place all the time.
She's always on the speakers. You always just hear her songs.
I know. It's
constantly.
what happened?
They're programming us. I'm telling you. Want me to give you the theory?
Tell me.
Here's the theory. She's everywhere now. Why is she dating Kelsey from the
and why are they making such a big deal about it?
Right, here's what's going to happen.
Tell me.
The 2024 election's coming. They're propping her up so much. They're trying to get the female vote out. They're going to do something where she's like an idolized god. And she's like, you guys need to go vote for, I don't even think Biden's running. You guys need to go out and vote for Michelle Obama. Mark my words, that's what's going to happen.
I don't think that's wrong.
And she's gonna be on tours, and she's gonna. I heard this from somewhere. I can't necessarily remember exactly. I'm not coming up with this off the fly.
Okay,
I heard this from somebody that I trust.
We trust you.
And they were saying that Taylor Swift's gonna have her concerts, blah blah blah, and she's gonna say, "Hey, you can sign up to vote right here, right now," and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, the whole world's gonna end if we don't vote for Michelle Obama," and she's gonna win. And you got it right here, and that's gonna be a clip.
We can bring back weekly prophecies.
We should. That's my prophecy.
You know what, Jordan?
You think I'm wrong with that?
No,
one?
I think you're exactly right. I think that is probably what's going on here.
Yeah, it's whenever everybody is propping one person up.
Yeah, it's just
all of a sudden.
I'm reading, Hollywood Reporter, Variety. I'm reading the NPC, where the people go just to know what's going, and it's just like just constant positive reinforcement over. And I'm like, I've never seen this for anybody.
No, she sold her soul. She sold her soul, and she's getting a reward on planet Earth, and it's not going to last but 40 years, 40 more years.
Do you think? Because when they build someone up, they love building them up just as much as they love tearing them down. So do you think that
she's too valuable?
But do you think at some point she'll stop being valuable, or the value will come in destroying her to build up someone else?
No, I don't think so. I think this is a very special case for some, because I've never seen it like this before. For some reason, everybody loves her. Everybody who you don't trust loves her, and she falls in line so much, and is the exact perfect person, the person that they need to win elections. The white female from the suburbs loves Taylor Swift, and it's exactly the target audience they know, because everybody else is leaving. They know they need that person to win, and so they're hounding on Taylor Swift to get those people to go and vote.
Okay, you heard it here first, guys.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see. So
words.
if she does a concert where she has a get out the vote thing at the concert, I'm gonna be like,
yep.
Oh my gosh,
it's all coming through.
Wow.
And then Michelle Obama comes walking out. I'm telling you, man.
dude.
Can you imagine?
Dude,
that would be amazing.
do you think? I
truly
don't want to get too political, but do you think that that's who's gonna run?
Yes. Without a doubt. And she will win.
I almost just want these things to happen just because of how crazy that would be if you called all of that.
No,
because it wouldn't be quite as funny if I don't know. She's like, "Come on out, Gavin Newsom." I mean, actually, I think that might be funny.
It would be, but
hey, everyone! Hi,
Taylor
hello, Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh man, no, it'll be with Michelle.
All right. Thank you for actually making this conspiracy theory. I
hope that. Yeah, I didn't realize I was in conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I just wanted to talk about it, and I thought, if I give Jordan a softball here, maybe he'll deliver it. You know what?
Home run
out of the park. All right. Deep thoughts time.
This is Deep Thoughts. See, I thought that the Taylor Swift was Deep Thoughts. Turns out it's conspiracy. Those two things.
You made it conspiracy theory.
Yes.
You made it make sense. I do have a deep thought, though.
Okay.
Because we were talking about earlier in the program, we were talking about exercising goals and things like that. And I was talking to you earlier this week because you and I are getting super pumped about making video games.
Yes,
we're gonna start making this is our new thing. We're gonna make video games.
We always
now.
have a new thing.
And but I want to seriously make sure that I put myself in the best position to actually do it. And in the past, I would have thought, okay, coming up on a new year, I'm gonna make one of my goals, make a game. And in my head, I would have said, it doesn't have to be a hard game. It could literally just be like 30 lines of code, something that runs. You know what I mean? Pong. Sure. But I'm realizing that for my 2024 goals, because I like to make goals every year, that these are, instead of like flowery, like make a video game, get in shape, I want it to be tangible steps that I can take. So instead of make a game, you sent me a course on a beginner's guide to Unity that Unity released.
Yeah, Unity put out this 40-hour course.
40-hour
course. Ridiculous.
So I just want to make one of my goals for the entire year, do that course. Because in my head now I can think, okay, well, in a month I can have completed one of my goals.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus like this, how am I gonna make a game? Or I guess I have to go through this course first, and then I'm not even sure if I'll be able to figure it out, if I'm gonna have time. Mm-hmm. So in terms of like exercise and stuff, I want to just say like, hey, I'm gonna exercise for a month straight with rest days or whatever. Yeah, and just something tangible that I can commit to. I think that I'm gonna do better.
Yeah. Steps versus goals.
Steps versus goals.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking will be more beneficial. Because I think I actually did pretty well with my 2023 goals. I'll have to go back and look. But they've hung over me all year. Like, it's stressed me out thinking, I said I wanted to do this. I said I wanted to do that. And it's always just this random stuff that it's like, well, that's like 4 steps from now if I'm going to be able to accomplish that.
And now as we're getting halfway into the year, well, like proverbially,
yeah.
well, I still got 4 or 5 steps to do.
Right.
Imagine if I started earlier. Yeah,
forget it. So this year, they're just going to be tangible things, and they'll all be smaller goals, so that I can always look at the list and say, I'm going to start that one this week.
Yeah.
You know, that'll make me excited throughout the whole year to accomplish things.
I agree with that. I've never been a goal-oriented person ever. I have been a steps person that leads to nothing. Not nothing, but there's not an end goal. There's just a way of being. I want to, and I don't have a goal for fitness. I just say I want to do this until I'm 100.
Yeah.
So that's my goal. What do I have to do on a daily basis so that I wake up and I think, okay, I don't want to do this today. Yeah. Okay, it's 3 sets of push-ups. Like if I do that, okay, that'll at least get me through today.
Right. Yeah.
There's not a goal. It's like you want a step to nowhere. But really, those steps to nowhere lead to your path.
Yeah, and you know a little bit about a lot of things.
Yes,
I would like to be that way too. So I think that'll be good.
Just following that curiosity, and then goals just kind of appear. It's like, oh, I did this 40-hour course. Wait a second, I got an idea for a game now.
Exactly.
You know. So that was a good deep thought. I saw your deep thought, and I didn't have my own, and I thought I could add something to that.
Good.
So.
I'm glad. Jordan, I'm thinking that we're going to save consult your doctor for next week.
That's fine.
Because I think that going into It Gave Me Hope here is going to be a better transition. And
yeah, you're right.
Consult your doctor will be fun for next week.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Every time I go to the library, they look at me like I'm freaking nuts. Every time. Without fail. The first time was right before the pandemic. Right before that, I go in to get a library card. Some weird stuff is going on in the world, but like nothing, there's no mandates at that point. I'm not wearing a mask into the library. I'm going to be in here for 2 seconds.
Who
They've
knows
got
how
the
many
mask stuff on the door. It's not enforced in the county, but they've got them. So I'm like, let's see what happens. So I walk in. Not to offend anybody who works at a library. Library workers have gotten very weird over the course of the past 4 years.
I would agree with that.
It has gotten very strange. I get a very weird vibe from almost every single person. And that's a sad thing. I don't like putting blanket statements on a group of people, but there's something about librarians now that has gone wrong quickly, very quickly. I don't understand it. So I walk in and they're looking at me like I'm totally nuts. I'm like, okay, whatever. I get my library card, leave. Well, that's been 3 years ago now. My library card has expired. So I'm like, shoot. I need to go back to the library and get my library card. So I go back to the library. The lady's still wearing a mask. What the frick? So I go up to her. There's another lady not. I go up to the lady wearing the mask. And I'm like, hey, my library card is expired, I think. I think it expires in like 3 years or something. She's like, yeah. I was like, can you help me sign up? Yes, sure. So she's super nice. Said, I have my preconceived notions because this lady's wearing a mask in 2020, almost 2024. Like, okay, whatever. She's nice to me. Great. Okay. I have a nice interaction. She pulls out the sheet. Which library card do you want? She's got a list of about 7. So, you're sitting there, you're stressed out. It's like, okay, now I got to make a decision. So my eye goes to 1. And I'm like, okay, whichever one went first, I didn't even look at them. I just saw one that looked nice colors. It looked like art, because they've got an adult one that's like abstract art. Peeing me off. I hate that. So I was like, you know what? I know that's the one that I should pick. Just looking at it briefly. I was like, I'm going to pick this one down here. I want that one down there. She grabs it. She's like, you want the child's one? And I was like, let me see it. So I pick it up and I look at it. It's got a picture of it. And I was like, It says, my first library card. And I was like, yeah, that's the one that I want.
That's the one.
And she was like, okay. And I was like, it'll be funny.
You said that to her?
Yeah, and she was like, here you go, sir.
Idiot.
Walk away. Look, I would rather have a nice cartoon drawing that's actual art than something that stresses me out when I look at it. That's like some weird abstract orange and blue and I'm like, what is this?
It gave you hope. Every time you look at it, you think, you know what? I don't go by society standards.
That's exactly what I told Sarah when I got home. I said, you know what? She made me feel like an idiot, but I don't go by what they want me to do.
And you're not wearing a mask either.
And I'm not wearing a mask, and I'm going to go home, and I'm going to use your streaming service that's free in Davidson County because I pay an ungodly amount in taxes. And you know what? The one perk I get is that I get a library card that's a child's library card, and I get free streaming service with all sorts of different movies. I don't even need Netflix because I pay thousands in taxes in Davidson County. So that gave me hope that I stood up to the man.
Thank you for doing that.
I
I don't think I stood up to the man today, so I'm glad that someone did.
Well, that was yesterday.
I didn't do it
I
yesterday
didn't do it today. Okay, well, what's yours, Josh?
My it gave me hope is that I've been thinking about the idea that my legacy is going to outlive me. So I've got these kids and I've got these things that I've worked on, that we've worked on together, that we've created. And when I'm gone one day, those things will still be around. And it's sad to think about not being here anymore, but it also gives me a good perspective to know that, like, okay, a lot of my time that is here on Earth is like, you know, like we were talking, where were we talking about that? Were we talking about that on Messages? About the Chinese.
Oh yeah, they're thinking 200 years ahead of us.
Yeah, so that my time spent on Earth, and you know, I feel like I think it was near the time when we first started this show, I was thinking about how it helps me be more present in the moment with my kids. If I'm always thinking like, what can I do right now to make his life better?
Better, yeah.
And this is also a way of thinking about that. Instead of thinking, oh, I'm getting older, I don't want to die one day. It's just to think, okay, what can I do now that is laying roots down that are going to outlive me?
Yeah.
You know? So,
right, even if they're hard things, even if it means doing something you don't want to do. Right?
Like getting in shape.
Yeah. Or, you know, if something's going on with as your kids get older and and you know, you got to have a hard talk with them something like that. It's like, well, this is going to outlive me. It's important to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly right.
That's exactly right. You know, it is an interesting thought.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that the other day. I thought that is weird that we put out so many videos online that will be online even after we're gone. So that is weird that
Lord willing.
YouTube doesn't delete all of our stuff.
We need to. I'm sure there'll be some kind of backup server. I mean, we've got everything on that. What is that other one?
Rumble.
No, but there's another one too. That's like the crypto one.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Anyways,
what it's called.
They're backed up several places.
Yeah.
So
that will be around.
Hopefully they'll be around. We need to get on archive.org too. Oh, that's what I should zip all of our videos and put them on archive.org. There we go. Genius. Okay. All right. Let's recommend some stuff. Speaking of library cards.
Yeah, so speaking of library cards, I realized I watched a YouTube video. YouTube knows what to recommend to me. There was a guy who doesn't even have that many subscribers, like 10,000. And he made a video that had like 32,000 views. This video needed to get a lot more views than that. So I watched it. It intrigued me. And it was about how I got a library card. This was the title. I got a library card and deleted all my streaming services. Oh. I was like, what is this? What a genius proposition. So I click it. And you know, because I don't want Netflix, but I have Netflix so I can learn French because I'm trying to learn French. And so I watch a lot of French TV shows and stuff and practice that way. So anyways, I don't need Netflix anymore because when you get a library card, and this isn't necessarily in everybody's city or county, but I actually think it is in a lot of big cities that people, you know, if you live in a area that's a city, you should have access to this stuff. I think it's a plethora of like a conglomerate of libraries. If you get a library card, they have streaming services that you can watch archived movies. I mean, they've got tons of stuff like old, actual classic movies that you want to watch, not a bunch of garbage Netflix originals that are propaganda. Like, these are like older movies that have propaganda in them themselves, but it was a more pure time.
Everyone is dead now, so it's not as threatening.
So it's not as threatening. Exactly. We can see through it more. But, all jokes aside, but like actual movies that are good. You know what I'm talking about. Netflix originals.
We all know what you're saying.
It's mind-numbing.
We all know what you're saying.
And I mean, it is. They actually have more on there than on Netflix. I am convinced.
Is that right?
Yeah, I literally kept scrolling like, oh my gosh. And this is like all stuff that you would watch. And I love Ken Burns documentaries. He does a lot of documentation on, the Civil War, baseball, America's game, Mark Twain, jazz, all this stuff. And those cost a lot of money because you can only buy them from PBS or off of like eBay and stuff. And so it's kind of a lot of money. But I was like, wait a second. This is like a public library. I bet all of his documentaries are on there. I typed in Ken Burns, and sure enough, every single documentary is for free on there.
That's awesome.
Even if your library is not a part of that conglomerate of libraries who have access to, this is called Canopy with a K, you can pay $10 a month to have access to all of it.
Oh, okay.
It's an amazing thing. They also have like a Spotify where there's all this free music. You can tell like hundreds of thousands of CDs and stuff. They've got a language learning software, which is a lot like Rosetta Stone, which I have, which is crazy that it's free. They have a little bit of a different method on how it works, but it's very, very similar. Even like the sounds are similar. I was like, is this copyrighted? Like it seemed. What else do they have? An audiobook streaming service as well, with tons of like Crime and Punishment. I mean, they even have like David McCullough's The Wright Brothers, which is a newer book, and you can even read like the text on Kindle, and it's free.
That's so cool. Wow.
So I mean, it's pretty wild. So I would definitely recommend going, and if you've been sleeping on the library card, go back. They've updated a lot of stuff, and it's actually pretty legitimately cool.
I just got a library card again a few months ago, and I think I've lost it. I don't know. I'll have to go back and do the walk of shame.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, my brother thinks you guys have gotten really, really strange lately.
Yeah.
But I need another new library card. Anyways, okay.
Can I have a mask?
My recommendation, Jordan,
is
the cucumber fry.
Oh, wow.
Guys, this is what you do. You chop a cucumber into fry slices, okay?
Steaks.
And this is a little steaks. Yeah, steak fries. This is like a keto, low calorie, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. All you do is spray some avocado oil on it, salt, garlic, onion powder, nutritional yeast, oat fiber, a little monk fruit if you have any lying around.
I have it.
If you get, or if you don't mind if it's not low cal or whatever, or low carb rather, drizzle a little like local honey, perhaps.
That's right, perhaps.
Put it all in a bag, toss it, shake it around, put it in the oven for 30 minutes at 425.
Crunchy?
They don't get crunchy.
Like floppy, like Five Guys fries?
I think that they're floppy. You can't. A cucumber is so much water. It's hard to get it.
How much does it shrink down because of the water concentration?
Not that much, but significant. Less than you would think, but more than you would expect.
Yeah, yeah. We said that on Messages one time. Sooner than you think, but later than you hope.
That's what it was. Sooner than you think, later than you hope. They're fantastic. They're so good. It's my new favorite
well, I gotta
thing.
try it.
I just went to Walmart this very day and I bought 10 cucumbers.
You stuck it to the man, Josh. I don't know how, but you went to Walmart and you bought 10 cucumbers, and that's all you bought, and you left.
That is true.
That's a weird thing to go and buy, and you said, I don't give a D. I'm doing it anyways. That's sticking it to the man. You didn't even go through self-checkout. You went and paid with the person.
No. I went through some.
Okay,
sorry, buddy.
You were too shamed. You had to go.
It's like I don't want them judging me for my
my 10 cucumbers.
Walmart has huge cucumbers. I don't know what kind of GMOs they're pumping into those things, but look, you buy.
The Chinese have a 200-year plan. I don't know what they're.
Cucumbers are one of the only vegetables that you buy by the piece rather than by the pound. So you just go in and you just like try to find the biggest one because they cost the same as the
I
small
haven't bought
one.
a cucumber in a while, I guess.
That's how it
That's like
works.
buying a pumpkin. You go to the store when the pumpkins are on
Right.
sale.
Exactly.
And you buy the biggest pumpkin.
You buy the biggest pumpkin.
Oh, I mean, I'm digging through the pumpkins. Like,
gotta
I'm going
dig-
to the bottom.
You dig through the cucumbers the same way
Yeah.
you dig through the pumpkins.
Yeah. Wow.
This was a great episode.
I feel like this was good.
And think about this. We didn't even consult your doctor. We didn't do that segment.
No,
that's for
that's
next week
next
now, okay?
week.
I always love when we skip a segment because then it's like, next week's doc already has begun.
Yeah, I said I was going to talk about something next week too. I feel like. Oh, I said I was going to go back to crazy clips and go back 2 months to find.
Oh yeah, so we'll
really
do more crazy
nuts,
clips.
Crazy
Yeah,
ones.
we'll do more crazy clips.
Yeah, there were
next
some pretty nuts. I mean, they truly blew my mind, and I so much so I showed Sarah. I spent an hour scrolling, and I never do that on Twitter. But now that Alex Jones is back, all day,
more entertaining.
more entertainment for me.
more crazy
Excellent.
clips.
More crazy clips. I love the crazy clips. All right.
All right.
We'll see you guys next
Thanks,
time.
everybody. Bye-bye.